Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today we enjoyed, and it actually was enjoyable, Malibu. Yeah. So there we go.
Good song by Hole.
It is indeed a good song. We got a few people here and nobody in the chat according to... Oh, now 16 people ran in.
Oh, nice. Are you ready?
We're ready.
All right. First out is Nice Nanette. How's it going? Marvelous Michelle and Marvelous Michael as well.
And we got 16 people here and only 3 people in the chat, which tells me the chat is doing the same thing it did last week where it is slow.
Okay.
First, I want to apologize to Popeyes and to everybody else. Last week, we sent everybody over to Whatnot at the end of the show to see Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
And it didn't exactly crash the site, but it really screwed the site up a lot. People were saying Popeyes was complaining that his sale wasn't going so well because there were problems with the chat and all that.
Well, you can't compete with Lil Yachty. I mean, let's be honest.
I don't know. I was thinking he was going to change it because he knew Popeyes was up.
True.
But so glad everybody went over there and a show of strength and solidarity with Lil Yachty. So we got somebody else there?
Yeah, Cool Calamities in the house. How's it going? I apologize for wearing the same outfit as I did last Wednesday, but you can never advertise your company too much, can you?
There you go. And all the shirts that... Oh, here we go. Everybody, I told you it was...
Boom.
All the shirts that people requested are in the mail. You should have them already. I think you're just about out. You might have one or two left. But
it's a few stragglers, yeah.
But if anybody does want one, hello@papergoy.com. Just reach out to me over there, and we'll get it out to you.
We got lovely Linda's in the house. Super C Delights, Triple J. Nanette's still here. And that's what we got going on here. Yeah, of course. Awesome Anik is here. Popular Purple Sorko is here as well. Powerful Paul. Lovely Lori. Nice Nova. Delightful Dawn. Lovely Linda. And Paul's still here.
Guy's shirt does a free autograph. Oh, you don't even need to buy it, but yeah, he'll autograph it.
That's true.
He'll autograph it.
We even got free shipping.
That's true. You cannot go wrong with that. Yeah, so the chat is all screwed up today. It's a little lagging today. But we'll start off the show like we always do. How are sales out there? Let us know how your sales are, and why don't you take it away, Mr. Magazine?
I can't complain. It's my sales are better than Christmas for eBay.
Really?
Yeah, definitely way better.
Wow.
Yeah, way better. We're listing good stuff though. We're selling more items and keeping the sales going. So, but yeah, can't complain. Amazon's pretty strong. We got a lot of listings on there as well. So, website's great. DVDs are selling. I'm flying out tomorrow to buy more DVDs, 50,000 of them. Flying to Washington. So
nice.
Yeah.
I know you're going to take them all in your carry-on.
No.
Oh, okay. See how other people's sales are doing out there.
All right. Likeable Lewis is in the house. Do I say heyo? I don't say heyo. You say heyo.
Heyo.
There we go. All right. Sales are so.
You didn't say hi to John.
I did. Triple J was up top.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Maybe I should pay attention.
Exactly. Popular Palmetto's in the house. Good evening.
Sales bad this weekend and this week. Okay. Very good lately.
Good.
Slow today.
Right.
Okay. Yep.
Right. Cool Kelly.
Strong Friday, Sunday. Fell flat on his face. And that kind of ties into exactly what I was going to say. Sales have been pretty good. Today was abysmal. Very bad day today. I'm going to say this, and I hesitate to say this, but I'm going to say it.
Say it. Just say it.
I think that having the day job sometimes helps me keep from getting depressed about sales, because it was a busy day today at the day job. And, I'm running around worried about all the day job stuff. And I didn't really, I looked and I said, yeah, not a lot sold, but I didn't really have time to fixate on it because I had to worry about day job stuff. Whereas, and it was always, and I know I've mentioned this in the past, that's always the problem with a holiday like a President's Day or something like that, is I've got the whole day off, and then I sit there and it's like, nothing sold for 2 hours. What's going on? Everybody's sitting at home and nobody's buying my stuff. What's wrong? And you get into the spiral of negativity because things aren't selling.
Right.
and you've always got stuff selling just because of the number of items you have. I usually have stuff selling, but when you get into a bad day, that is one place where the day job is a plus because, nothing really sold. Oh, well, it was a busy day at the day job. I guess I don't have a lot I have to pack today.
Right.
And you got to kind of see the upside of it. Well, in 53 weeks, 2 days, 53 weeks, 2 days, but who's counting? I don't have that excuse anymore.
Right.
And I'm going to be sitting
there.
there.
At what point
are
you getting to just doing the numbers of days, like 1,028 days,
1,028. Oh my goodness gracious! It's 267 days left.
It's all it is.
Of work days. Work days.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
But who's counting?
Exactly.
A couple other people have commented.
All right. Unique.
Probably getting their tax return money back. Yeah, maybe they're just waiting for it.
I wish I got money back.
10% from last month. Still over last year's. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Very slow. Oof. Of course. Putrid this week.
We don't like to hear that word.
No, that's the naughty word.
Right. Terrific, Troy.
Tanked after the 26. eBay is making changes plus tax season. Yeah, I'm sure they're making changes. Yes. Sold an item. Guy found in the trash today. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. All counts.
Nothing wrong with that.
Beautiful Barbara. How's it going?
Today was busy. Oh, okay. No, you took all my sales. Took all my sales, Nova. Very out of a great week and bad days follow. What is the algorithm? Yeah. Screw paper going. Oh, sorry. The weekend was good, but then pitiful. Yep. Busy organizing inventory. You won't fix on it. That would be a positive, or setting up other whatnot sales or whatever. That would be good. I have to find something other because, again, you do end up getting depressed when sales aren't coming in. Definitely. Definitely do. How about any buys? Any good buys?
Let's see. I got a deal in New Jersey in a couple weeks. Washington's going to be a biggie. And I got a big, huge Batman collection. Customer, actually, Chet from Rhinos, referred them to me. It's a whole house full of Batman collectibles, die-cast cars, props, original art. And they're kind of trying to sell it off, in lots, groups of art and comics and so forth to me. But it's going to be some big bucks, but hopefully some of that will go in my collection as well.
You're going to get a Batmobile?
Like a real life-size one?
That'd be cool.
I would love that.
That would be very, very
cool. The 60s version. Well, any version, but 60s would be the coolest, yeah.
Really? I think the 1930s or 1940s version would be pretty
cool, always
too.
love that stuff.
I do love that stuff. You're right.
I said when it breaks down up the hill, good luck.
You're jumping the gun a little bit on the topic today, Eric, but very good.
Wow.
At least you got a positive attitude about it. Yeah. Brooke, I promise, started buying again. Whole mess of electronic surplus at auction for 0.7 cents on a dollar. That's a pretty good price to pay on stuff. Yeah. Yes, it is. Wow. Anybody else out there getting buys? I did go on a buy, and it was somebody that we both know who gave me the referral. It was a house call, a lot of books, and I always do like to ask, hey, did so-and-so buy anything? Oh, he bought a few items, whatever. Mm-hmm. It was basically, this guy was a lawyer, and he went to book sales for 30, 40 years and just kept buying books and books and books. And the entire basement had bookcases all around it. Mm-hmm. I ended up buying 70 books, and I paid $50. Some nice stuff for whatnot auctions, some nice stuff for Facebook auctions, and then some nice stuff that I ended up listing on eBay. The stuff I listed on eBay, I listed at $1,500 between it, which isn't bad for $50.
No, definitely not.
So some good stuff. A couple of the books actually came from, you've heard of Arch Merrill?
Yep.
They actually came from his library.
Oh, wow.
They were old New York history books that he would have used to research. And it had his name, he signed his name on the FFE.
I heard his unsigned books are more rare than the signed ones.
The ones he writes there, yes, yes. But yeah, these were actually ones that he used to research, and a couple of the pages have notes of his in there and everything like that. So it's pretty cool on that. But it was one of those that I was sitting there saying, now this would be one case where I wish I were retired. And I was running through my head just if there was any way possible to do it. I would love to just be at that person's house. So I don't have to bring all the stuff, because they were donating the stuff afterwards that I didn't want. But I was thinking, geez, I just wish they had good Wi-Fi. I could set up in their basement and just do a whatnot auction and just like, today we're going on this shelf.
Yeah.
Put book up $3. Anybody want it? And if nobody wants it, they donated if they wanted. I split the money with them.
Yeah,
I was thinking, geez,
it's
there
not a
should be a
bad
way to
idea.
do it.
Yeah, ask them that.
Should be a way to do it on that over there.
I really, but I hope that like everything sells and you got to pick up 1,000 single lot books
and bring them all home to be able to pack it, because I have no
exactly,
packing material over there. You're an evil man. All right, a couple of other box of postcards, 300 of them. Open the box, and my cat probably felt they would be a good place for a nap. There you go.
I thought I was going to say the cat did something else, but cats are well trained.
Well, you know the difference between cats and dogs, right?
You're going to tell me?
I will tell you. Dogs have masters and cats have servants.
Okay.
There you go. Now you know.
Next up, awesome arties in the house. Describe 50,000 DVDs. Well, they are of the adult nature. They are all different, and I think 90% of them are still new and sealed. And the guy paid $1 million for them.
Holy mackerel.
Yep.
And Mr. Magazine said he's going to watch every one to make sure it's complete and working.
Well, you don't want them skipping. Yeah.
That's true. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just going down there to preview it all, see how big it's going to take to bring back to Rochester. Quotes are going to be, I think, an 18-wheeler, 15,000 cross country. So, trying to get it cheaper than that, we're going to figure something out.
Buying a lot on Whatnot. Why? And I've been selling you a lot on Whatnot. Funny how that works out.
Yep.
Yeah,
Of
only
course,
one though. Only
of
one.
course.
Oh, and this week, a dealer that just wholesales the scraps out to me, and I think I'm supposed to see him this weekend. He said, "I got stuff to sell you. Offer me very, very low price on it." I said, "Very, very low." I'm like, "Okay, why don't you just tell me you want $10? I mean, whatever.
$1.
Yeah, whatever."
You said low.
And there is one decent looking estate sale that I want to go to, but that's all that's lined up for this week. So not a lot going on.
All right.
There you go. I went to my local antique mall to drop off some empty boxes, found a stack of sheet music, 25 for $4, 16 packs. Nice. Stack of Life magazines. There you go.
All right.
So people are starting to buy a little bit.
Happy fun times. How's it going?
I'm noticing though, this is more people buying than there's been usual. So I think everybody was sticking to their guns of not buying, and then all of a sudden just said, "I got to buy something. I got to buy something." I completely understand that.
Absolutely.
Except Dawn, she's not buying anything, but everybody else is buying stuff. $2. Don't buy bears, but it's French. Ooh, provisional fabric. Nice. 600 plus posts. Yeah, so everybody's buying a little bit now, but nobody seems to be doing anything over the top other than you, Mr. Magazine.
That's true. On our website, and there's a place called Adult DVD Marketplace. It seems to be the place to be. We've been on there for a couple of years. We do pretty well there.
Nice. Well, that's between us, Eric. You weren't going to tell anyone.
Oh, thank you so much.
Hey, Radio Parts.
Yeah, how's it going?
A couple of other quick little things over here. Promoted actually was low. 22 out of 55 were promoted. I thought it was going to go up, and it actually went down. 22 out of 55. Excuse of the week. Why are people not buying things? I think people are getting their last minutes of sleeping before daylight savings time.
Okay.
So make sure this weekend you got to change the clocks. We're losing an hour of sleep this weekend. Some people, it's the worst possible weekend of the year. Mm-hmm. I know somebody who hates it.
Jazzy Jackie Jack, how's it going?
The offers, I had 170 total offers. 51 of them were on older items, which is actually higher than usual as well. Wow. So eBay, for whatever reason, seems to be pushing the older items. So it's kind of weird. They're pushing older items, and they were fewer promoted than usual. So it's kind of odd trying to figure out exactly what's going on, because that's not fitting the way things have been going lately.
Right. Crazy.
Online local auctions coming up, spending perhaps $20 a week. Oh, I'm jealous, John. I'm jealous. I wish I could only spend $20 a week.
Nice and new to use in the house.
Hey,
how's it going?
man. How's it going? I'll be seeing you at Springfield coming up soon.
Right. Groovy Gravity Goods. How's it going?
And then I did sell one item on eBay for $million.peddlers, 2 on Vivs-Views, 3 on Etsy.
Oh, nice.
So we're going up over there.
All right. USA, that's where we sell them. That's where they pretty much allow you to sell them. That's about it. But we do have people outside the country that have friends in the States. They'll buy them for them and ship them overseas.
Right. And that's between them.
Yeah.
Purchased from the UK. They've been traveling all through Illinois for the past 2 weeks. It was addressed to Illinois. Oh,
That's happened though. I have had stuff like that. It's crazy.
um,
Very frustrating.
I don't know if this will help you any see the lights, but there are some really nice houses for sale in Illinois. So you may want to move south side of Chicago. You can pick up a house for $10,000. Just something to think about. Head on into glitch of the week. So I got an email. Did you ever get emails from eBay trying to shovel money at you in loans?
eBay? No.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
eBay was trying to offer me a loan, but it was funny. They said, you may be eligible for asterisk. So I'm like, what? Then about 8 hours later, they sent out and it said, corrected. You may be eligible for $50,000. So they apparently sent the loan email out and didn't even bother to proofread it or anything.
So it's an actual eBay loan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. But it said asterisk on it as
Yeah.
opposed to a dollar amount. So I was laughing on that over there. I'm like, now, if they could promise me they'd mess up the repayment in my favor, you're all paid. But I'm not familiar with that. I don't know. Do you know Timu?
Yeah, he's had a few concussions.
I don't think that's Timu.
Oh, that's Tua.
I'm not familiar
with
with
it. Timo Solani. He was a hockey player.
He had Tuiza.
Yeah.
Not familiar with that, John.
Mighty Ducks, Korea.
Email me to remind me, and I'll look into it and see what the noise is about. Auction from Canada, and it took three weeks to ship it, and another month to actually arrive.
Wow, that's horrible.
That's not good at all. Confirm my correct address. Unfortunately, doesn't allow the recipient to intercept the package. Jeez. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Not familiar with it. But then the winner of the glitch of the week. Thank you, man. You said it a little.
There you go, Timo Solani. Wow, we started a trend here.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you. So the glitch of the week is Big Bird. ShipStation.
Okay.
Which is PayPal shipping. So Saturday, I got an email from them. We have found in your favor in the dispute.
That's good.
$3.66 or something like that. I'm like, okay, what dispute? Then I looked, and they refunded the shipping label that I bought the day before.
Okay.
And I said, no, I shipped that. I wasn't disputing it. I wanted to get there.
Yeah.
Then about an hour later, we have credited your account for a label that I bought 3 days ago. Then I get an email that they found in my favor in a dispute from December.
Wow.
Then I get an email that they found in my favor in a dispute in January.
You're a big winner.
I got about 14 emails, and then I looked in PayPal, and about 10 of those I actually got money back on. I have zero idea what ShipStation's doing. They just were crediting back all these different shipping labels to me that I shipped out, and 8 out of the 10 people got the merchandise already.
Right.
So I'm like, I have no idea why they're crediting me back. I'm not going to worry about it too much. They'll probably take the money. They'll probably find the error and take the money out at some point in the future anyway. So not too worried about it. Undelivered packages. Ooh, that's probably not too good. Couple of other quick things. Site changes. Active listings on my seller hub, they actually changed it from, if you click on there, I had everything in order going from A all the way to Z.
Yeah.
I went on today, Z was at the top. It changed from Z to A, and I didn't click on anything whatsoever. It just kind of changed on its own. And I'm going, why would they do that? And then I made a sale on Amazon. Have you ever sold to a business customer on Amazon, Mr. Magazine?
Yes.
Have you bought shipping on such an order?
Sure, yeah.
Did it look like that?
Over the last few weeks, it's been like that.
Really? Okay, so this is a change.
I told you about that, remember?
No. So it's been a change over here where it actually, if you sell to a business, it actually shows the operating hours of the business when you go to buy postage. Now, I'm buying postage for a book the gentleman bought. I'm spending $3.65 on media mail. Why I need to know that he's open from 9 to 5, Monday through Saturday, and closed on Sunday,
You're not delivering it.
I do not know.
Yeah.
I have no idea why I need to know
They
that.
should put that on a label for the post office, right?
However, if you wanted to know, now you know his hours. So you've really seen that before?
Yeah.
No. Maybe I should listen to you once in a while.
Or I should tell you.
Gonna head on into thanks to Local Mike, item of the week.
Oh, that's me again.
That is you again.
All right, so everyone knows I'm a big Star Wars fan, Star Wars collector. So I had a few bucks in my account that I wanted to buy something nice with, something I've wanted for a while. I've had one before. It's the Star Wars comic. It's the first one. Okay, but this is the rare 35-cent variation.
And well, show the whole comic.
All right.
Because what do people need to know about the 35-cent variation?
That it's not 30 cents.
And
The first
that it's got the UPC.
Yeah, first UPC.
Because you will see them with 35 cents on it without the UPC.
Yeah, those are the reprints.
Those are the reprints. So do not let somebody tell you it's the rare 35-cent version if it's the reprint.
And it should say reprint right there along the spine. I think they issues 1 through 5 they reprinted. I think it was a Scholastic School thing going on that you can get through school for the reprint.
Well, they're also in the bags, the poly bags.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But I had a lower grade one a while back, and I sold it. It wasn't graded, and I got a good deal on this one. They're pretty pricey, but this is probably as high as a grade I can afford. So I bit the bullet, and now I can put this in my collection and put it to bed.
Are you going to tell us what it cost? Yes.
Okay, $6,500.
All right. Well, no, because if people see the 35-cent version out there, they have to have an idea as to what it's worth. So, what would that be raw?
Oh, geez,
5,000, something like that.
In this grade, probably close to that. Yeah. Low grades are gonna be 1,500 for real low grade.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. If I remember, I think Detroit area was where they roll a lot of the price variants out. They had a bunch of comics that were in 30 cents normal, and they had a 35-cent price variant. They also have some 30-cent price variants that came out a couple of years earlier as well. There is an extra value to that. There also are price variants out there on comics, the Canadian price variants. In fact, I just bought at Heritage, I bought a Canadian price variant of a DC comic that was 95-cent cover price instead of 75. And out in the wild, I actually found a 35-cent variant on an Archie comic from 1960. And the only reason I knew that is because I've been around comics long enough that I was going through and I said, Archie comics weren't 35 cents in 1960 for the large size one. This should be 25-cent cover price. I bet this is a variant. And I bought it, and sure enough, it's a rare Canadian variant as well. And you'll also see variants for some of the UK price and all that kind of things as well. So it's kind of a whole little subsection of collecting, but the odd prices are definitely do carry extra value on them. Let me ask you this. If that were the normal 30 cent in 7.5, what's that worth?
$500.
So you're talking about a $6,000 difference just because of the price variant. So hopefully that helps you a little bit when you're out there. There are people out there and websites that specialize in the variants. But if you see something out there that, you're going through a big pile of comics and, 75 cents, 70, all the same title, 75, 75, 75, 95, 75, 75. Wait a minute. Why is that one issue 95? They wouldn't have raised it to 95 right in the middle. I bet that's a Canadian price variant. Grab that one out. It'll be worth more money. So hopefully that helps you a little bit.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. All right. Brian's in the house. How's it going? Okay.
No, poly bags,
Good to know.
cello bags.
All right. Thank you, Kelly. So this is the price variant one, which is much more rare than the regular
one.
Well,
but then again, he could have bought a 50 for number one. Yeah,
sure.
No,
that's still a deal. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
in decent condition.
for sure.
We not yet. At some point we will. We've been writing down a lot of interesting ideas for the channels after I end up retiring. Just because at that point we'll have a lot more time for it. That's what I'll be doing instead of worrying about my lack of sales. Be doing videos. Couple of other things over here. Heading on into we got a lot of this week. Everybody's favorite segment, Insulting Offer of the Week. There's
we gotta stop. Smurgy's in the house. Thank you. Thank you once again.
Banhammer Ralphie. There you go. He who pays the piper calls the tunes. We will call the Banhammer Ralphie. There we go. You can remember that, Ralphie boy.
Ralphie boy, yeah, definitely.
Thank you very much. A couple of things. So Mr. Magazine had a very rare Globe magazine. You really need to talk to your listeners at some point.
Okay.
He had a Globe magazine with Michael Jackson, which you have a lot of items with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was one lister just couldn't spell Michael. I think that must be
so,
what it was.
Yeah.
It was listed, thanks to Web Interpret, listed over on the eBay UK site. You were asking 28 pounds on it. The person offered 1.28 pounds. So they basically offered $1.75 on something you want $32 on.
Crazy.
Now, I understand their postage is going to be a little bit high, but not that. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think I'd go broke.
He'd be the one and only fan of himself.
Wow. I got an offer today. I had some salmon can label proofs.
Okay.
Which I wanted $21 on. I was offered $5 on it with free shipping to Washington State. I emailed the person, or commented back to the person. I said, that doesn't even pay for the fees and the shipping. I mean, come on. We're going to get Ralphie the Banhammer out. I had a $124 radio supply catalog. Now, this thing was loaded, from Rochester.
Yeah.
Lots of different electronics, radios, all that kind of stuff. The guy offered me $15 on a $124 item with free shipping.
I just don't believe that they have success like that buying the same type of stuff elsewhere. I can't imagine.
He got banhammered. Yeah. We used Ralphie on him for sure. This one's great. This guy got banhammered. He offered on 4 different items, adamant in all of them, and combined shipping. So he wants to save on shipping.
Yeah, good for him.
Well, I've got free shipping.
Yeah.
So of course I'm going to ship them out that way. Free shipping.
Yeah, but even if you send them out in 4 packages, it's costing you more, but he's still not paying more.
Right. For the 4 magazines, I was asking $108 for 4 magazines. Yep. He offered $35 for the 4 of them. And he's worried about free shipping.
Yeah.
The one item he offered $5 with free shipping, and he was worried because he thought he was paying for shipping. Apparently, it's like,
yeah,
no,
right.
I'm not gonna take.
Yeah, but if you went back and counter and said it's free shipping, then he's gonna offer you like 40, 45.
Exactly. So he got banhammered. You had a $50 graded Tom Brady card. Now it was in poor shape. It was a PSA 4.
Well, they said it was in poor shape. It looked pretty nice. We talked about that in the past, but yes, it's a 4. Jersey card, right?
Yeah. You wanted $50. He offered $15. I
think I lost money and the grading was over 50, I'm pretty sure. So I'm losing money. I mean, I could crack it out. I don't have time for that stuff. So take your losses.
And then you had a Ms. Pac-Man game arcade screen front.
Oh, the vintage glass. The glass on the vintage machine. It's got all the artwork and the paint on it. It's pretty cool.
And you were asking $95. Somebody offered $18. Now, I don't know what would be involved in packing that. And I understand he's paying shipping, but just the time and trouble of packing it, I wouldn't do for $18.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely terrible on that. And the winner this week actually beat out the radio supply catalog. Was you had a game used Derek Jeter batting glove all framed up. You wanted $900 on.
Yeah, I think I had a Steiner COA.
Oh, okay.
So it cost over $1,000 when you bought it from them. Yeah.
And a gentleman offered you $200 on it.
Yep.
Ooh. The offers are just to loosen you up. Yeah. There's some people who believe that. Yep. Mm-hmm. But if it's too insulting, they get banhammered. Customer issues. You got one over here. Somebody wanted to see the back cover of a $15 magazine that you had put away in storage, and then they got angry when you wouldn't print out the request, drive to the warehouse, give it to your employee. Well, first you'd have to look up what box number it's in,
right?
Give it to your employee, have them go pull the item, answer the gentleman's question, come back to you, have you send the answer out to the guy in a $15 magazine. He said, you shouldn't be selling items on eBay if you don't respond to potential customers.
My loss. My loss. What can you do? You can't make everyone happy.
And I have sold the public papers of Mario Cuomo, which is a book,
Wow. Okay.
on Amazon.
All right.
I've sold it twice.
Really?
Both times the person that bought it put in a cancellation request within about an hour of buying it.
Same guy both times?
I didn't look on that because it's on Amazon, but it has to be.
Gotta be.
I don't know if Andy's just playing jokes on me or what's going on. I don't know. Who knows? I think eBay is approaching more sellers competing with each other than actual buyers buying this stuff. Yeah, that very well could be. And actually, Dan, that would tie in perfectly, because how do you stand apart from the competition? Promoted listings. You pay a little more than I pay, and so we're all competing for that sale on that over there. You get Ralph. Nice. I like that. That's funny. We're gonna steal that at some point too. Just letting you know.
Hold on, Gravity's got one.
Ralphie time. Funny. Makes sense. They're not attracting new buyers. No, they definitely are not. They definitely are not. 5x7 rigid eBay envelopes are absolutely perfect for sending things out. The standard envelope.
Yep.
No longer available on eBay. They no longer carry that size.
As soon as I needed more, they got rid of them.
People are trying to sell those on eBay from their old back stock. They are asking $1 in envelopes, but obviously in groups. So a group of 25, they'll want $25 on and all that. There were only 3 people offering that size. So it's one of those cases where eBay, I know at one point they were offering record boxes. They no longer offer the record boxes. Mm-hmm. So they're really cutting back on with the free supplies. And remember, you've only got a couple of weeks left to use the coupons as well if you do have a store. They're cutting back on the products that they're offering. Hey, guess what I figured out this past week?
How to tie a tie?
The other thing that I figured out this past week is I have now sold 200 orders on Etsy. Wow, look at you finishing my sentences there. So not bad for being something that I only started 2 years ago. So and not putting a ton of time into it.
Yeah.
Quite happy with that. We're going to go off a little bit into a touch of a rambling story right now. It's kind of funny because Mr. Magazine and I were talking before the show, and that was excruciating for both of us. So I took my car in for inspection, and I was complaining because it needed 4 new tires. They actually were still good, but the guy said, well, they're going to need to be replaced sometime soon.
Yeah.
And I said, what do you mean by sometime soon? And he goes, well, I said, how many more miles? I'm not going to hold you to it, but how many more miles do I have? He goes, roughly 2,000 more miles on them.
Just stop you. How many miles do you have on it now?
Well, the truck's got...
That you put on with those tires?
I don't know. Oh. Probably 20-some thousand, probably something like that.
Okay.
He told me I had about 2,000 miles. I said, look, you might as well just change them. They're in the shop anyway. It's a pain to bring it back in. I could probably get it changed next time on my oil change, but $215 a tire. And I'm saying, that's crazy. And then Mr. Magazine told me what his tires cost. Take it away, Mr. Magazine.
So I needed an inspection, which is overdue, which I didn't realize. I needed an oil change. We're going to Myrtle Beach end of the month. I needed, 2 recalls, and the rear wiper wasn't working. So anyways, I brought it.
Oh, that's funny because I got my rear wiper changed also.
The wiper was fine, but the hose came off, so the fluid's not coming. Okay. Anyways, there's a place right up the road. They're a little high priced, but they're so convenient. I could walk there. Anyways, so I told them I need an inspection. So I don't know if this is a law or their policy. They go, well, since you told us we have to take the inspection right off and throw it out. Now, whatever is wrong with it, I have to basically get it done. I'm at their mercy. So I did know the tires were a little balding a little bit. The back ones, and they were in better shape than the front ones. So they were worse, but ends up being almost $2,000 for the 4 tires for my truck.
Oh, $500 a tire. So I guess I feel
that's with the alignment. Okay, the alignment was $300 or $200, whatever it was, but yeah, $2,000.
I guess I don't feel so bad at my $215 a tire. I guess I got a bargain.
Yeah, wow. But a couple of years ago, we would have both been paying half that price, probably before COVID.
Well, my first vehicle was $40 a tire, and I thought that was outrageous. See what Dan said there.
Well, you got the record boxes for 74 cents or less, no?
No, just we buy on eBay or on that offer where it states the buyer provided payment details and will be charged immediately. No. Oh, no, I have not seen that yet.
Hmm.
No. Huh, interesting. I'll keep my eyes open for that for sure. Then the transaction. Jeez. Dan, did a big sign come up that said psych? Oh. No, it's actually not rusty. No, believe it or not. Although they cannot argue with this year. There's been almost no snow at all.
True.
30 boxes of Skid Row CDs in perpetuity.
True.
That is
True.
very, very true. It's a lot of extra weight on there. 4 days. Oh my goodness gracious.
Crazy.
Makes me wonder, Dan, if the buyer wasn't having some problems on his end, although they didn't reach out to you. But sometimes you have it too where the buyers can't pay.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
Wow. Payment details. Oh, all right. Yeah, I've not seen that at all. I'll have to keep my eyes open for that. Couple of other interesting things. Will not let me cancel. It's still waiting 4 days a week. Wow. One thing that I've noticed, Tibbs, is occasionally you'll have a situation. I'll just use March 1st as a date because the math's a lot easier. I'll have an item March 1st that's sold. March 5th, it's not paid, so you're allowed to cancel. But I look at the guy and he's got 740 positives. And I say, the guy's probably going to pay. Let me send him an invoice to remind him. I've actually had it before where that restarts the clock. And then I can't cancel till 4 days after I send the invoice, even though that's 4 days after the sale. I don't know if that's a glitch. It doesn't happen all the time, but that has happened before on that over there. New Tires Mission apparently stopped making tires for Civics. High performance, 180 per tire. Oh, for a Civic. Oh, ouch. Mr. Magazine got an email from somebody making an offer on an item. I'm going through divorce, and my wife tossed out my collection from when I was a kid. Any chance you would do 50 for this lot? And I laughed when Mr. Magazine sent that to me, and I'm like, dude, wait till you're done. You buy the thing, she might throw it out again.
True, yeah.
And you probably shouldn't be buying toys while you're getting divorced. I'm just saying. Saying.
Yeah, makes sense.
And it's nice somebody tried to help Mr. Magazine, but of course he ignored it. Mr. Magazine had up a bowling salt and pepper shakers. The person emailed.
Now they're vintage for like 1950s or 60s,
yep.
Right? Yeah.
They emailed him and said, you'll be lucky to get $8 to $15 for them. I've been buying them for that price for years. So it was nice of the gentleman to tell you that you're highly overpriced. Couple of other things. This made the news, and we certainly were paying attention to it here in Rochester. And apparently Mr. Magazine knows of the people. I guess there was a football card break over on Whatnot from a local dealer. And somebody else local pulled a $125,000 Trevor Lawrence card out of the break. And I was reading the article about it, and the sellers, the people that did the break, are saying, oh, it's going to be worth a lot more money because he's going to be a great player and this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, I would just take $50,000 and bail on the card. Just get rid of it. Maybe
it's not football season. He ended on, they end up losing, but he did well later in the year. But get rid of it. I mean, 50, $100,000. What do you have? Say it was 200 for the break.
I would.
You can do so much better with that money.
Yeah, I mean, you could buy tires. A couple of other
or real stock in a company, not stock in a player that could get hurt tomorrow.
That is true. Yeah. I don't know if you saw this or not, Mr. Magazine. Funko is destroying $30 million of merchandise.
Someone did tell me that one of my employees. Yeah.
Because apparently it's cheaper for them to destroy the merchandise than it is for them to store it because they're storing it.
My question on this is, they say they have their 5 top biggest distributors in the country. Why wouldn't they just say, hey, you pay for the trucking free? Because now they paid a company to dump them, where they could have just paid nothing and have these big companies.
Well, I was thinking almost even one of those deals, a big dealer in Rochester. Contact them and say, look, I'll give you 5 cents a piece on them. I mean, it's better than nothing.
And when they say we have 1.5 million of these, and even if whatever that amounts to, where am I putting 1.5 million Funkos? That's the problem.
In customers' houses. Do I have to do all the thinking for you?
What am I, Santa? I'm just going to drop them down the chimneys?
Do I have to do all the thinking for you? Couple of other quick little things. Join us, join me. Good news, bad news, Mr. Magazine.
Okay.
I was accepted. Remember last week I mentioned that I had reached out about the book sale.
Yep.
I was accepted to sell at the book sale. The Be Happy book sale on Whatnot. Should be a lot of fun. I've already got the auction up. Okay. I'm actually doing a book auction the following Thursday after it. So whatever that be, April 20th or whatever it is, I have most of that auction up. I'm going to try to do book auctions on Thursdays for a while.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of books. That's the good news. Should be a lot of fun. A lot of great sellers. The bad news, I was late to the party.
Okay.
So there were limited spots available. So Papergoy will be selling.
Midnight.
That wouldn't be too bad because I could wake up a little early.
Oh, that's true. All right.
Papergoy is selling at 9 p.m. on tax day. Can you think of a worse time for Papergoy than 9 p.m. at night to be doing a sale?
God.
And then I get to do Nanette, who's here in the feed, is doing 10 o'clock right after me, and I get to moderate her show. So
you're going to sell like 3 lots really slowly?
My Mrs. Papergoy was laughing really hard. She goes, "Oh, I can't wait to see you go to bed at 11 and wake up at 2." And she's laughing.
Yeah.
So
fun stuff.
That Sunday's going to be a heavy coffee day. Anybody in New York State, remember you get to file your sales tax. It's that fun time of the year again. I did mine. I owed a little bit of use tax, but given that everything I sell is on Amazon, eBay, I don't owe any other taxes. Representative told me you cannot sell magazines if they have mailing labels on them.
Jeez, everyone does it. I mean,
we've raised that question before, but everyone does it. I can't imagine. And my other question is, what would the statute be on that? Because I've sold magazines from 1880, and literally at that point, the mailing label, as it were, would say, John Miller, Caledonia, NY.
Yeah, but phone books shouldn't work then. You shouldn't be able to sell phone books because they have the same thing except 50,000 people in there.
Well, that's the other question. John Miller, Caledonia, New York from 1880.
Yeah, right.
Good luck to you on that one over there. I did a while ago. I had it where I was told to take something down because of the personal information, which was a brochure. And we kind of raised the point at that point. We did say the phone books at that point as well. I've not heard anything else about it. I cannot imagine that really would be an issue. I mean, I guess the secret at that point is you just cover it up on the when you list it, I guess, would be how you get around it.
Moving forward.
Yeah. Edit the phone and paint and block it out with a color block. Yeah. Somehow or other to block it out, because that is absolutely crazy. Good news, everybody. Anybody going to be going down to the Allentown Paper Show? I will be attending. I booked my room. So I'll be heading on down. I'll be staying in the lovely Poconos.
You're a busy beaver.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's another reason why I spent the money on those tires, because the last thing I want is a nice rainy day, and it always rains in the Poconos on those hilly roads with bald tires. That would not be a lot of fun whatsoever.
Getting those chains on them like they did in the 70s.
Tear the roads up. They would love that. And one last thing before we head into the main topic. Do you remember a month and a half ago, I mentioned that I went to a thrift store for the first time in a long time?
Yep.
And books were high priced.
I do remember that.
Do you remember what one of the books was that I mentioned?
That I don't remember.
Running Wild.
Oh, yes, I do remember that. Walter Payton on the cover, yeah.
And they wanted $5 on the book.
Yep.
I sold a Running Wild book today on
Nice.
Amazon.
Nice.
For $5.19, which means
about $4, yeah.
$5.19, which means it took 3 years to sell. It was factory sealed.
Wow, can't beat that.
So a factory sealed version of that book sells for $5. They wanted a red beat up version for $5 at the thrift store.
Wow.
Don't think I'm making much money if I buy that. We're going to head on into the main topic, which Eric kind of let Mr. Magazine know what it's about, because this is always the fun, the reveal of the show where Mr. Magazine finds out what the heck we're talking about.
So this is the best part. I still don't know what it is. It's super.
The topic today, everything is easier, and I'm talking life and reselling, is easier when you learn to read the room. Take it away, Mr. Magazine. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, since I'm not good at this reading, I'm not good at reading the room. However, I am good at reading a customer, I think. I'm one customer, not You're talking about if there's 20 people in a room?
Well, no, I'm talking about reading a room could be just one customer. Yeah, one-on-one kind of deal.
I mean, I think I got a feel for most people. I would say 9 out of 10 of them, I got a good feel. And, we always seem to make it work if they're going to sell something to me. So that's where it matters most for me. You know what I mean? So what's your question?
Thank you.
Oh, okay. All right.
And it's something that it's definitely, at least for most people. Now, there are some people out there that just naturally have that ability, but most people, think about when you were a child, Mr. Magazine, or even your own kids or a random neighborhood kid. When you're a child, you tend to be selfish. You tend to only worry about yourself, and you tend to be very inward looking. You tend to think that what bothers you bothers everybody, what worries you worries everybody, and that all that's really important is yourself. And you look inward, and some people never grow out of that. And that has to hurt them considerably in the reselling trade because, didn't he
used to scream me all the time?
I probably did.
Okay.
And then I said, I'm a filthy miser and threw money up in the air. Yeah. Exactly. But I was this tall and it was in a big money vault. Exactly. But you just kind of, over time, then you learn that other people have feelings, other people have needs, and you learn to read them, and you know what the proper response is, kind of deal.
Right.
Somebody comes in and they're looking to sell stuff and they're not really sure, and then they're like, well, we know we have to get the stuff out of here, but my mother's going into assisted living. That's where you step back and you say, look, I'm definitely interested, but why don't you worry about your mother at this point? Right. Here's my card. Give me a call. The stuff's there. It's really not a good time for me to come in. Right. I would rather you take care of your problems and so on. Whereas, 15 years ago, you might have been like, yeah, okay, let me just buy the stuff. Now you're like, you do what you have to do and then bring it back to me.
We've said this before. I think I turned the corner on that one deal that I lost out on, and it really bothered me when you said the guy came in and apparently he wouldn't sell me all this stuff. And I think I was standoffish, or I was at my desk, and I, whatever, he felt like I wasn't treating him nice or giving him attention. And he ended up selling it to my competition on the road. It was a really good collection. I think he got it really cheap. It's like that bothered me. It's like from that day, I'm not losing deals like that anymore. I'm going to step up. I'm going to, be cordial, talk to him, communicate, make some time, make him feel good. And definitely, and it's funny because now the guy that bought that collection, everyone says he's like kind of rude, and he trashes the stuff like, oh, it's not worth much because he wants to either get it cheap or he doesn't want them to think they have anything good, where I never do that. I would always say, hey, I would suggest selling this on eBay or Craigslist. It's nothing that the dealer like myself would be interested in, but I'd never talk it down. So now it's definitely good communication and making them feel good.
Yeah. And another thing I was going to say, I said something that, believe it or not, I can do. Shut up and listen. Observe. Overhear people without being rude. In other words, you don't want to be sitting there, two people are talking and you're like this, what? But, and maybe it's because of my job as an auditor. It actually is funny. I went to the National Card Show with Mysterious Benefactor a number of years ago. And whatever reason, I can hear every conversation around me. I guess I got daredevil ears. I don't know. But I hear every conversation around me. And
obviously you're not talking when this happens because you'd never be able to hear anything.
And I'm able to hear everything around me. And again, that definitely is a good trait for an auditor to have as far as that goes. But you can just kind of hear things and, one person's talking to another person. Well, you definitely got to go to that sale. It opens at 10 o'clock. There's some really, really good stuff over there. Oh, so I kind of listen, where's the sale at? And, I'm going to check that sale out as well because I just picked that up over there. All those kind of things definitely do help you out a lot as far as that goes. You'd be amazed how many different shows and things like that, just by talking to people and listening to people and finding out things going around. Everybody's willing to tell you, hey, there's a big sale over here. There's a big thing going on over here, and all this kind of stuff. You definitely can learn all that way as well. But when a customer comes in, why are they trying to get rid of stuff? Are they looking to deal? Are they looking to buy stuff from you? Looking to sell stuff to you?
Right.
There are people that come in and they just want to tell a story, and they're not really interested in getting rid of their stuff. And that's where you kind of lay the groundwork, because obviously you can't stand there all day talking to them. But you kind of lay the groundwork. Hey, this stuff sounds really, really good. When you're ready to sell it, reach out to me. And that's kind of reading the room as well, that they're not ready yet.
Yeah.
Because that ends up happening, because people have to disassociate themselves from their lifetime collection.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I know what my collection upstairs is worth. You could come to me right now and hand me a check for what it's worth, and I don't know if I'd sell it to you or not.
Right.
Because I may not be ready to sell it to you or not. You know, and obviously getting full price for it would be an incredible for me. Yeah. But I may not want to sell it to you, because I'd be like, I don't really want to. I don't want to sell it.
Yeah, you don't need the money. What are you going to do with the money? At least that's something you have, you cherish, you built it over all these years. You know, yeah, definitely. I feel the same way.
Yeah, yep, and that kind of stuff over there. And another area where it will definitely help you, reading the room and reading what people's intentions are. There are times where I end up, and I know you definitely do this as well, Mr. Magazine, you end up buying outside your niche because it's like they just want the stuff gone.
Right.
They don't care. They just want the stuff. You're actually doing them a favor by hauling it out of the basement.
Right. Yeah.
So you can get, I don't know anything at all about this, but I can give them almost nothing for it because they want it gone. And now I can learn. I can, try to figure out what the stuff is, if it's good or not. And if it's not good, I didn't spend a lot of money on it.
Right. Exactly.
So that's another very, very good thing about reading the room, figuring out what people want, why people want things gone. It really will help you out a lot throughout life as well. Yeah. Because, you don't want to be the guy cracking jokes at the funeral.
No.
As far as that goes. So hopefully that helps you a little bit over there. Wow, we're ahead of schedule today. Maybe little Yachty's got a thing today too.
You never know.
Garage sales are going to explode this spring with where the economy is at. Yeah, it probably will. I think I went to one garage sale last year. I didn't do much at all. Always throwing cheap extras, repeat buyers, keeps them coming back. That's a good plan over there on that. That's a very, very good plan on that. We're going to head on in. You guys keep talking amongst yourselves.
Before that, Jazzy Jeff has just entered the premise here.
Hey, Jeff, welcome. He bought a few things. Your package is on the way. I dropped it off at Mr. Magazine's this morning. He bought some things off me over at the Facebook auction, which I will be having again this coming Monday. I may have told this story before for the rambling story of the week, but I may not have. So many years ago, flew into Chicago with a mysterious benefactor and another buddy, and then a couple of buddies of mysterious benefactor lived over there. And as things kind of were when we were in our 20s, you weren't always good at making plans. It's another thing that you learn as time goes on. So we kind of landed. Well, mysterious benefactor hadn't exactly cleared the time we were landing with his buddy. So we get to the airport, whatever. We got a rental car. We drove over, and his buddy's not there. And this was before cell phones and all that stuff. And so we're like, okay, what are we going to do? What time's your buddy get? So we found a phone booth. He called his buddy and everything. Oh, my buddy gets off work at 5, and it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, we got 3 hours. We're sitting in Chicago. What are we going to do? We don't really know the area. We got all our bags, so we don't really want to park anywhere downtown.
Is this a limo driver guy or someone else? Did he have a buddy with a limo driver?
No, the trucker. No, it wasn't him. We'll go to a bar. So we walked down the road to a neighborhood bar. Mr. Magazine, are you familiar at all with the politics of Chicago?
No.
Tend to lean Democrat. And this was a dock worker bar, which, we were a couple of years out of college, but 4 or 5 guys just out of college walk into a dock worker bar. Yeah, went over about as well as you can expect. You ever see those movies where everything goes silent as you walk in?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
it was essentially that. So we walked in and we're like, okay. So we got a beer, and a couple of people started talking to us, and the bartenders, hey, leave the boys alone, trying to take care of us and everything like that. But still, some of the dock workers were coming up. Now remember, We are sitting in a dock worker, big union bar in the middle of Chicago. Odd a place to start with.
Right.
I think it was 92, if I remember right. They start asking about the upcoming presidential election, who we should be voting for and all this stuff.
Jeez.
So my buddy's like, I think Jack Kemp would be a really good candidate. And they're naming all these Republicans. And I'm like, what is wrong with these people? So I cannot remember who the Democrat candidate would be at that point, but I immediately just, Ted Kennedy would make a great president. And all of a sudden they're like, yeah, this guy here, he's the brains of this operation. I'm like, oh, I'm saving everybody's life.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I read the room back then that, no, I'm not going to sit there and tell you why Ronald Reagan's a great president and we're going to end up beaten up and then a ship going out to out to China in the morning. So back then, at least I knew how to read the room as well, a little bit over there. So that's the rambling story. Yeah, I'm alive. It definitely paid off. Ended up meeting back up with my buddies and all that. And he's like, you guys went down to that bar? So see what else everybody says and we'll head on out.
Let's see. You guys have a Discord server, any means or ongoing community?
Not at this point. No, at some point we will. Definitely at some point. Mysterious benefactor. Oh, yeah.
That's what I was thinking. That one there. Yeah.
It was not the South Side, although we did, and I hate saying this in mixed company, we did go out for a night of drinking, and on the way back, we did see a gentleman on the corner hitting a girl that was wearing a short dress. And we're like, oh boy, lots of crazy things going on over there. So apparently things weren't a little domestic dispute there in the corner. Of course, you're not going to say anything. And I think we were in the south side of Chicago then, driving back to the guy's house. But all right, everybody, I want to thank everybody for a fun little show. Come on by Whatnot on Tuesday. The auction's up. It's half print ads.
Nice.
Only a couple of trade cards, but a lot of other neat stuff up there. And I'll be having those every Tuesday at 4 o'clock Eastern. Stop by for that. Stop by for Vintage Syndicate and Ephemera over on Facebook, 4 o'clock on Monday. Going to be a fun little Facebook show. I picked up a bunch of ice skating programs. I'm going to be starting to bring those over there. I know a couple of people like those, so you'll find those over there as well.
I think I did a vid. I think I sent it to Random Neighborhood Kid. If not, I can get him the video and he can post it.
Yeah. I don't think you ever sent that to him.
Definitely.
So stop on by Vintage Syndicate and Ephemera for that. And we got videos coming up every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and live show next Wednesday. Thanks, everybody. Another fun show. And I will try to come up with another good rambling story.
That's a good one. Yeah. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.